I was on Group 4 in the tower unit, or as we like to call it, the big lie.
The carnival run.
Yeah. So anyways, we had a guy, so when Sparks and other firemen would come visit, you know, we'd shoot, yeah, come on, shoot the shit. And you know, hey, how's your job like? But anyways, we had a guy I work with, like, always like, goddamn Sparks, you stop telling him to come here, stop telling him to come here. Then one night we had about 4 fires, and 2 of them we had the line. First thing comes in the morning, he goes, hey, how was that fire? I heard you guys had a line there at JP. And I went, whoa, Sparks, huh? Oh, that's my wife's radio for when I'm working. And I to this day, if he walked in that door, I would go, Sparky. But he claimed to hate Sparks, but somehow knew by osmosis when we had fires when he wasn't working.
So define spark, because we've talked about this. There's a spark who's a civilian, loves fire.
They're not always civilians. The firemen, New York, they call them buffs. To me, a spark is somebody that, you know, likes the job and will generally show interest outside the department. It doesn't, you know, you don't have to be a spark to be a great fireman, but some guys are always like, I don't know, you know, the guys who know what the brotherhood is. So sometimes you stop by, hey, have coffee, you get to know people. I'm always curious how other departments do it. So for me, my thing is anyone can stop by to see me, just not 1 to 3 when it's important chief stuff to do, you know?
Quiet time.
But what about Arthur Fiedler?
Spark.
Spark, yeah, a notorious spark,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Had his own fire engine.
Yeah, and that's, you know, I haven't been in that old engine 10, but I always wondered, because he had an honorary chief's helmet too. I don't know if it's
down in the museum, I think, isn't it?
I haven't been there since pre-COVID, and they were doing it over.
Okay.
But I mean, there's to me different levels of sparks. Some go overboard. Most firemen that are sparks know the game, though. You know, like, you know, hey, you know, come stop by, but maybe you don't go upstairs, or you don't, you know the rules. And in the big house, it was normal. We'd have kids. We had a kid, Spike, that used to spend the night with us. His dad would drop him off. He was like 12 or 13 years old. Come get him Monday morning or something. I think he was a conductor or something. And great kid. I wish I knew what happened to him. And but there's nothing wrong being a spark.
Charlie Mitchell's boys grew up in Huntington.
Who?
Charlie wasn't even working. He'd bring them in and leave them with me for the day, and I have to put them up in the front seat for we let them run. Now one of them's a captain, one's a lieutenant.
Charlie was a chief on that job.
He's on the chief's list, isn't he, Steve?
Number one as
Number
of
one?
today.
Well, you had a spark story about him one that
Fiedler?
cold night.
Yeah,
Tell
cold
that
night
one.
in the south end. We had a 2 or 3 alarm fire. It was a pump operator with a 47 Mac. I'm standing there in the street, kind of bouncing back and forth, trying to keep warm, and I look beside me, and there's Arthur Fiedler. And I said, "What brings you out tonight, Maestro?" And he said, "The fire, my boy, the fire." And that was it. So I
Love that.
actually did have a conversation.